Hi, so today we are going to talk about our last video in this segment that I'm doing on pumps. Today our final pump is going to be the Medela Symphony. Stay tuned to the end of the video to learn about setup, cleaning, settings, and indications for this hospital grade pump. My name is Kassi Reyes. I am a registered nurse, a board certified lactation consultant, and co-founder of People's Lactation. Each week I'll bring you a new video here about different topics in lactation. This is the final in our series on pumps. Remember, if you're new here, to subscribe down below to the channel. I'm really working to create a community here where you feel supported in your lactation journey. Feel free to leave comments down below and give the video a like if you find the information helpful. The Symphony is considered a true hospital grade pump, which means that it has two motors, one for each side that you're pumping on, versus the Medela Pumpin Style, which we talked about last week, which is not a hospital grade pump and has one motor that's divided between the two sides. The setup of the parts is very similar to this video where I talked about the parts for the Pumpin Style. The Pumpin Style and the Symphony parts are very similar, so we'll quickly walk through how to put the parts together and how to care for your parts. So here you can see all the parts that come with the kit for the Medela Symphony. The kit comes with these bigger bottles and also these little colostrum bottles. The smaller bottles are really great for the beginning of lactation when you are still in the colostrum phase and aren't really collecting large amounts of milk yet. Remember, it takes about 3 to 5 days for your milk to come in. This pump is a great pump to use if you are separated from baby. So for example, if your baby is in the NICU, this is a really good option for round-the-clock pumping in order to establish a strong milk supply. Real quick, I'm going to show you how to put it all together. Every time that you use the pump, you do want to separate all the parts, including this little membrane here, and rinse this all in warm soapy water, and you do want to sterilize once a day. Okay, so we're going to start by putting this thing back together. When you put it together, you want to put this little flap on here and make sure that it's flat. If this flap is elevated at all, you are not going to get suction. So if you're ever pumping and you notice that one side is not working, then if this isn't working, go ahead and make sure this is lying nice and flush with the hard plastic. You shouldn't see any gaps in there. You're gonna go ahead and put this yellow thing here. The bottle is gonna go over the yellow piece. And you're going to insert your flange here on this end. There we go. So we'll put this side together real quick. So the Symphony kit does come with two flange sizes. This one is a 24 and this one is a 27. You can notice that this one has a little bit more of an oval shape to it versus this round one. And the oval shape to the flange can either go this way or up and down. It really doesn't matter, whatever is most comfortable for you for pumping. So the major difference between this kit versus the Pumpin Style that we talked about last week is the tubing caps. So the tubing is very similar. This will look familiar to you from last week. However, this end, which is the cap, is different on the Medela Symphony. In order to use this, you want to go ahead and pop this on the top like this, and you make sure it clicks in, and you want to do that with both sides. This cap is going to close, and that's it. In order to open this, Medela has created this little rubber button here to go ahead and open it. And then same as with the Pumpin Style, you're gonna plug this tubing into the hole in the back here, and your part setup is ready to go. As far as plugging this pump in goes, there is a cord in the back that you need to plug into the wall. Some versions of the Symphony do have a battery, and you need to also plug in this short extension cord. So there is a little kind of secret trapdoor here. And one of the biggest problem-solving calls that pump rental places get is that the pump isn't working and people just don't see where this little thing goes. So we're gonna push this up and plug that in. The engineers of this pump really figured out how to hide all those important functions, like where to plug it in and how to open this little door with this secret button, this secret invisible button. All right, so I'm gonna put this back in with the diaphragm, click it in, and when you turn this pump on, you're just gonna turn it on here with this circle button here. The circle button is the power button. This is your letdown button, and this is going to adjust your suction. So just like the other pumps that we've talked about so far, this pump has two phases. So the two phases are the letdown phase, which we start out in. That does quicker, gentler sucks that are meant to stimulate what a baby does when they get on for a feeding in order to stimulate a milk letdown. When you're in the letdown phase, you're going to see 3 little drops here on the screen. Now this pump automatically is going to switch over into the expression phase after 2 minutes. The expression phase is a little bit stronger, and you're gonna feel longer, stronger pulls. So after that 2 minutes is up, you can see we've switched over into the expression phase, and instead of seeing those 3 little drops, you're gonna see 6 bars. A lot of parents find that when this kicks up to the 6 bars, that can be really strong and a little uncomfortable on the nipple. So with this knob, you can turn down that suction and bring it down to your comfort level. So remember, pumping should never hurt. You just want to set this at the highest suction level that's tolerable to you without causing pain. If you're in pain, you're not gonna have a good letdown, and you're not gonna empty the breast or chest fully. This pump is super quiet. It's really almost no noise at all. This is the quietest of the pumps that we've talked about so far. This button here is the letdown button. Although this pump automatically switches over after 2 minutes from the letdown phase into the expression phase, if you're into your pumping session by about, I don't know, 7 or 8 minutes, and you notice that the flow starts to slow down, you can always hit this button to induce another letdown and then switch it back over once you see the milk start to flow quicker again. Same kind of applies at the beginning of pumping. If you don't need that full 2 minutes to stimulate a letdown and you notice that the milk starts flowing, go ahead and hit that button, and it's going to switch into the expression phase, which is the stronger and more rhythmic suction that your baby does once the milk has already started to flow. So because this pump is a hospital grade, it is a pretty expensive pump, a couple of $1,000s if you were to buy it on your own, but a lot of hospitals and lactation centers do rent these pumps. So if you are in need of one, if you have a medical indication for using a hospital grade pump, then reach out to your local hospital or lactation center to rent one of these. Remember that when you're washing the parts, you do not need to wash the tubing. The milk should not be leaking back into the tubing on this pump. So if you do notice that you are getting a little bit of moisture in these tubes, you can always just leave the pump running for about 5 minutes after you're done using it, and that way the pump is just going to work out that condensation and moisture that can build up in the tubing. The kit also comes with these extra little flaps. These need to be replaced every couple of months at least if you notice that you're getting less suction. So that's it. This is a pretty straightforward pump to use. A lot of people after using this pump in the hospital really fall in love with it and end up wanting to rent a hospital grade pump for the beginning just because they find that it is much more efficient than the home version of their pump. However, a pump is not always needed in all cases for establishing lactation. Your baby is your best pump. Even though this is a top of the line hospital grade pump, your baby is more effective and efficient at emptying the breast or chest than even a hospital grade pump. So as long as your baby is latching and feeding around the clock, there shouldn't be any reason that you would need to rent a hospital grade pump. We'll probably cover a quick video on indications for a hospital grade pump and bring you that information in a future video. So if you have questions, let me know down below and I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. Remember, if you're new here, that we post a new video each week, so we'd love to have you subscribe down below so you don't miss any videos. And if you think this information would be helpful to other families, go ahead and share the link to the channel or any of the videos. We'd be happy to have and build a bigger community here so we can all support each other in this journey of lactation. I hope that you have a great week and I will see you guys next week.